Hello, my name is Alexey Presnov, and I'm glad to welcome you on our YouTube channel. This is Analytic Energy Agency, and we are continuing with our broadcasting in English. This is our second try. The first attempt was a complete failure, I must say. It was like 2 weeks ago, but it was technical problems there, like bad sound. Also, it was not well prepared, and my English is rusty. It's still rusty, but I'm trying to do my best to improve it. But our friends and our followers in some social networks just requested to continue with that. English speaking audience, they want to know what is going on in Central Asia and Kazakhstan in particular, even in Russia as well. So we are trying to do that to accommodate their request, and we'll see how it goes. If it's going to be popular, we will continue. If it's not, so we just stop it. But to answering their questions, we briefly summarize what is going on in Kazakhstan right now in this period of time. And today we are not going to speak about some concrete issues or specifics, but we will try to generalize the situation, to describe it from entirely from above, as they put it. The thing is, yeah, just briefly remind you what is Kazakhstani power system is. It consists of three zones. One of northern zone is where all these major power facilities are installed, and mostly coal-fired power units there. And since they worked since the Soviet times, and Ekibastus coal there, it's a big mines, and so that's why they have these coal mines, coal-fired generations installed right on mines. There's big stations there. Also, and this is excessive, that it has an excess of electricity comparing to the load of this northern zone. And the southern zone is, on the opposite, it's deficient in production, but it's has most of the population live there. Because it's better climate there, it's older capital there, it's Almaty, and some other cities and towns. And there are transits from northern energy zone and southern energy zone. It's three lines there, 5 kilovolts voltage right now, and they can deliver up to 2.2, 2.3 gigawatts of electricity. Also, there is a Western energy zone, which is not directly connected to the rest of the power system, but it has some gas there because there is a gas production there, gas facilities for gas extraction. And therefore, it's important to Kazakhstan to connect directly to the north of the energy zone and to the south, because both of the zones they require more flexible generation. As you know, this coal-fired generation is not so flexible, and also gas. There is not so much gas. There are some projects from Russia to provide gas here in this area in the northeast of Kazakhstan, and to the south, because it's this new pipelines to China and also to Uzbekistan. But we'll see how it goes, because if gas is available there, then it makes a difference in the power system as well. The thing is that current projects which are widely announced in media and everywhere, this parliament and all these programs for Kazakhstan, they are very expensive. One of them is, as you probably know already, It's a nuclear power plant, first nuclear plant, and they will have referendum on October 6th. Then it's in 2-3 weeks from now, where they decide to build or not to build. I don't know how they are going to, to politically to accommodate this solution, but I think the answer will be yes. Because if you just follow the media and follow the public opinions, it's mostly all the people they are going to let this project happen. But nonetheless, I mean, whichever the project they will take, because there are four contenders there. It's Chinese, Russian, Korean, and French. Will be a very expensive project. I don't know how they're going to finance it. No, there are different options. For instance, if it's Russian, normally Russia finances it on its own. But still, they have to recoup those investment anyway. And plus, they are going to build several gas stations like CCGT. It's combined cycle gas turbines. It's in the western zone, in the northern zone, the southern zone. Which again, the auctions were held already, and we see that they are very expensive in terms of capex. Because why? Because there is no competitive model in Kazakhstan, and current model, which is single buyer, which was introduced 1 year ago, July 1st, more than 1 year ago. It's not so single buyer as a central buyer, I would put it, because what they did, in fact, they just centralized operations day-to-day basis and made kind of they have created kind of they had market, but not a marginal market. Usual understanding of this market is they had market with a marginal price and with all this subsequent uh, things like inframarginal income for those who are more effective. They don't have that. They just have 55 tariff groups, and each unit, its generation unit, it's placed on one of these group, and so they are just trying beat and trying to be competitive within the limit of this tariff, and this of course doesn't give them any additional income. If the more effective they are, the lower tariff they receive. That's how it works, and we understand it. That's why actually the prices for auctions when they sell capacity, provide capacity, they're very high. Even for these gas stations, they are on the level of units, nuclear power plant units, which are, for instance, are being built in Russia. That's why the main task which we see right now, and we made in our mission also, to try to promote those ideas to switch the sector to the pathway towards competitive market. But it's very difficult because in the beginning when they introduced this model of single buyer last year, many observers, including us, we thought that it's kind of a step forward towards competitive market. But the reality happened to be different. What we saw and this year, during this year, we saw that government and Minister of Energy, they just the opposite. They just, trying to strengthen their control on the market, to put all these, holdbacks and setbacks, to rein back, any movements towards the market. Why? I don't know why. It's probably they are afraid of market forces and they don't know how to do that. But very sensible instances, their elimination of retailers, independent retailers, from April 1st this year. They have just eliminated, retailers which existed for about 20 years on the market. The reason, and they have pointed out that it was uneven competition on the market due to the availability of cross subsidies on the market, and these independent retailers, they didn't participate in these cross subsidies to keep prices for population low. Okay, that was true, but the thing was that instead of finding solution for this problem, to make this cross subsidies somehow identified and separate from the market, and to put it somewhere to, for instance, to grid tariff or anywhere like a additional tax on everybody, they just decided to eliminate. That was an initiative from Ministry of Energy and Ministry of National Economy, and that was a very strange decision. Also, they have introduced new law on electricity this July, and if we look at the the text of this law, we can see that it was once again confirmed very wide authorities for the Ministry of Energy and for the government as a whole to control every details and every step on the market. So it's of course it's not a way to create a really competitive and sufficient, effective, solid and solid competitive market. That's is a problem because my understanding is that the government doesn't know how to work on the market environment, how to communicate with the market forces, and that's a problem, because another problem is that all those the current players on the market, stakeholders. It's large holdings which were created back in the 90s and the beginning of 2000. They have created energy holdings which include power units for generation, this network. They have also their own this retailers which are going to be eliminated from January 1st next year, and also actually all this retail market will be just completely destroyed and eliminated, because it will be like a monopoly, territorial monopoly once again, like it was 25 years ago. And these holdings, power holdings, they are not interested to create market because they have their own territory and they have control on the territory, and they don't like any competition. What they like, they just want to increase tariff for them, and that we can see on the market for the last year, and that caused the situation when if we just compare the prices a year ago on wholesale market, when this single buyer was introduced, the prices went up two times almost. They were about 11, 12 tenge per kilowatt hour. Now it's like 2022. That's the situation. And if we look at the perspective from above, from a macroeconomic point of view, we will see that Kazakhstan doesn't have much bright prospects in this sense too. The problem is that reading economists, if you just read these predictions and forecasts, you will see that Kazakhstan is in very big trouble. They have a very high budget deficit, and it's covered from national funds and so on, and they don't have the structural reforms in all areas, not only in power sector. That's a problem, and that leading economist, points out to the government, but nothing is happening so far. So there is a uncertainty what will be how this sector will be developing, and we will see how it goes. And the last problem, but not the least, is that the energy community and the government also, they are very vaguely understand how market works, how it's functioning, and they don't want to be educated. That's a problem, because we have tried with this project. On our site, you can see this webinars we offered to major players on the market, but so far it was no success. That's how things are with Kazakhstan. We will continue with that if it's interesting, and probably also we will give some brief picture what is going on in Russia next time. Thank you for your attention, and just sign up for our channel. Thank you.